be working with some outstanding external partners to hire some new faculty, to build on relationships and bring in thought leaders from around the world. We have a deep commitment to the study and engagement with both Brazil and China, and have Columbia Global Centers in both Brazil, in Rio and in Beijing. We have hundreds of students studying at CEPA from those jurisdictions. We do annual conferences and events in both Brazil and China. We have capstone projects underway with institutions in both jurisdictions. And these are two countries, especially, I think, Brazil, that are taking what academics used to call the advantages of being an emerging market and the absence of domestic legacy systems that you have to navigate around to create new approaches and think de novo in a fresh way and try to capture the entrepreneurialism and the creative spirit, as well as the regulatory concerns, into new policy frameworks. And for the last year and this year, we've been really, really honored to have with us Ronaldo Lemos, who is a great thought leader in Brazil, a technologist and a lawyer, thinks about these policy questions with a deep global perspective, as well as very much a Brazilian perspective, and who I know has been working on these issues in partnership with McKinsey and other institutions in Brazil. So this is really a workshop that we owe to Ronaldo. I thank you deeply for this and for your contributions to our ongoing efforts. I welcome you all today. I am going to be very much learning from you today, and I think, I hope that we'll come up with ideas together that are useful to you and that we can build a partnership with the institutions that are with us today. So thank you very much, Ronaldo. Thank you particularly for your leadership and contributions.
Thank you, Dean. Thank you, Dean Merritt. I am a visiting professor here at CEPA. I teach a course that is called Technology Policy in the Developing World. So basically what I do in my course is to try to discuss the policy issues, not necessarily from the perspective of the US and Europe, but also from the perspective of Brazil, South Africa, China, Indonesia, and so many other countries. And I think this is actually really important. And the reason we are here today is in part to discuss Brazil's recently crafted national IoT plan. So I'm very thankful for the government of Brazil members that are here with us today. I am telling you beforehand that we are going to have some important announcements being made by the government. I'm not going to spoil what they are. Tiago Peixoto, who's here and is the Vice Minister, Secretary of Science and Technology in Brazil, will be handled then. But I was involved very much in this crafting of this study that is basically underlying the National IoT Plan. This study was commissioned by the Brazilian National Development Bank, from which we have Rivera here, and in partnership with the Ministry of Science and Technology. And it was basically 1 year and a half of work that culminates here with the partnership of McKinsey, CPQD, which is another think tank in Brazil. And we are very happy with the outcome. Maybe it's late in time for Brazil to be moving into this space. China has been doing that since 2010. But one of the advantages of moving later in time is precisely to learn from the other experiences and to understand what happened and what can be actually useful for Brazil. So I'm very happy with this particular workshop. The idea is basically to exchange perspectives, not only Brazil and China originally, but also the US and other members that I see that are here from other countries as well, and try and see what does it mean to discuss IoT in this moment of today. So what do we do about data? what do we do about privacy, what do we do about telecommunications regulation, what do we do about equipment certification, and other issues like that. So these are challenges not only for Brazil, but also for other countries as well. So I'm very thankful for Dean Merritt Janow for putting together the Tech and Policy Initiative. CIPA has been playing a leading role in teaching public policymakers how to make decisions about technology. And I think this is actually quite unique because we often see discussions about tech policy maybe in the computer sciences schools, maybe a little bit in the law schools, but I think CIPA is basically leading the discussion between policymakers and how to make good policy decisions regarding technology. So that's all that I have for the beginning. And I would like to call Patricia Allen, who's going to be forming our first table, in which we'll be presenting the work that Brazil did with the IoT plan. And subsequently, we'll be having other panels as well, in which we will frame the perspective of IoT from different angles. So Patricia, thank you so much. And thank you so much for flying out and being here with us today. Thank you.
Thank you, Ronaldo, for the invitation. Thanks, Dean Merritt. It's really a pleasure to be here today. I had the chance to work